Hello, Stardusters. Today's lesson is about why you should never give up, why you should never lose hope or faith in yourself. You can accomplish great things. You can be extraordinary, but you have to put in the work. You have to do what it takes. You have to be dedicated, determined, and disciplined, most of all. You don't need to make excuses. You don't need to listen to the naysayers. You need to listen to that inner voice that's telling you that you can and you will do it. There are numerous reasons why you should never give up. And today, I'm going to tell you a few. So please, pay attention. First reason is you are alive and you can. There's only one certainty in life, and that is death. And as long as you're alive, you have no excuse to say that you can't. If you can put your mind to it, then you can do it. You can do anything, and anything is possible. Now, this may seem like cliche advice, but the first mantra, the first one, is to remember, and this is extremely important, remember that there's a ticking clock, and that's your life. You see, every second that you're hesitating or overthinking, or you're frozen from anxiety or fear, you're one step closer, 1 second closer to the inevitable, yet only certain thing in your life, which is death. Now, some may say this is a morbid way to think, but frankly, I disagree. You see, I disagree because death should be the biggest motivator. Understanding that my time is limited always centers me and helps me to balance my priorities. Most problems and difficulties in life, when compared with the ever-looming shadow of death, always seem so minuscule and so irrelevant. And it should be a good reminder for us to keep going. I'm alive, so I can continue, and I will continue. The only valid excuse to give up is that you're dead. And the second reason is believe in yourself. Now, would you give up on your family, your spouse, your children? Well, likely the answer is no. So then ask yourself, why would you give up on you? You and your goals are worth more than that. So don't sell yourself short, and don't let anyone bring you down. If you can dream it, you can do it. And your dreams and goals are worth pursuing. There have been millions of dreamers before you, and if they had given up, the world may never have been the same. Take the sample of the Wright brothers, who faced severe ridicule when they tried to make flight a reality. Everybody laughed at them and told them that it was impossible. But they proved the world wrong, and now flight and airplanes are now considered a common means of travel. If they had given up on their goals, well, how would we be making all of these trips overseas, across the oceans? And to travel from New York to London would have taken 3 days and at least 12 hours. The third reason is everything you need to reach your goal is already inside of you. You see, you have everything that you need already. You and the person in your life, you may look up to that person, or you may have this person as a role model. But this might come as a surprise to you. But the reality is, people who are successful are not very much different than you. So stop making excuses. Think about the people or the person in your life that you admire, who has encouraged you, whom you want to be like, or you want to accomplish the things that they've accomplished. Be thankful for your God-given capabilities and strive for success. You have all of the tools inside of you to perceive and to persevere and to keep going. Do not think that great minds always think alike, because sometimes they do, but sometimes the differences in those great minds make up the extraordinary circumstances that propel you forward. And the fourth reason, well, you don't want to regret anything. You don't want to live a life of regret, thinking about what could have been and what should have been, but never was. Utilize that to motivate and inspire other people to push through their anxieties. Take a moment and imagine yourself at 85 years old. You're in your rocking chair, reflecting on how you've lived. Imagine your life if you did whatever it is that makes you anxious or fearful. Maybe it's changing careers, learning to fly a helicopter, or taking a trip somewhere new. And put yourself in a position where you don't regret giving up and are happy that you persevered and pushed through your difficulty. The fifth reason is because you want to prove it to yourself. Not just to yourself, but to the world. You want to show the world that you can do it. See, you should always have an underdog mentality when it comes to life. Understand and realize that sometimes they don't want you to win. This is very true. The they in this scenario are any of the successful people in the world who want to hold you back and do not want to give you any piece of their pie. That's not all successful people, but there are some successful people who don't want competition, who want to hold others back and hold them down. So you have to fight and scratch and claw and never give up. Don't let anyone stop you from your goal. You see, true failure isn't when you miss the mark, but it's when you give up. In fact, through success and achieving and trying to attain success, you will often fail. But you have to dust yourself off and try again. You're capable of great things, and quitting, well, that's only for weak minds. The next, success feels great. There's no better feeling in the world than knowing that you faced an obstacle and that only through hard work, determination, and dedication you overcame it to become successful. When you're down and you feel like giving up, just visualize yourself at the finish line, crossing that finish line to victory. Let your desire, your craving, your thirst for the taste of victory motivate and inspire you to keep going, to never give up, and to keep striving toward your goal. The seventh reason is it could change for the better. It might be really tough now, but it can all instantly change. If you keep going at it, you never know when you will hit a breakthrough. Don't be like the person who dug a well for 50 meters and then gave up, justifying to himself that he was digging a dry well and that the person who came right after him dug only 1 meter and then hit water. The eighth reason is this is meant to happen. Before every success, there's a vision, a goal. Only those people, those who believe in themselves, who are brave enough to know who they are and what they truly want, are able to become successful. See, you can't give up right now because your success is destined to happen. You must believe this mantra like it is a reality already, right now, today. You are destined to do this. Nothing can stop you but yourself. So keep going at it and never give up. Become legendary. The next reason is because you're strong. You have the strength to do whatever you want, and no matter the number of setbacks you face, adversity, you have the strength to keep going. The only way you can win is if you are first winning in your mind. If you tell yourself and believe that you absolutely cannot run a 50-kilometer marathon, well, I can guarantee you that you won't ever be able to run it. You see, because whether you believe you can or you can't, you're absolutely right. If you think you can't do something, well, you'll never be able to do it. But if you know and believe and have faith that you can, then you can absolutely accomplish that goal. Only you have the power to stop yourself. The 10th reason is just realize it could be worse. You see, the situation could be a lot worse, and you should be thankful for being able to face what you're facing, because there are people out there who have much bigger problems. The reality is your problems, no matter how severe they might seem to you, historically speaking, they're quite insignificant and mundane compared to problems faced by billions and billions of humans who lived before you. For example, maybe you're working on a new business and you're burning through thousands of dollars of cash every month with no sales and just want to simply give up. Maybe you're extremely stressed out and feel anxious every night. Sure, this is stressful. And I don't mean to put less emphasis on your problems, but compare your problems to another human who is, once again, 99.9% just like you, living in poverty in a war-torn Syria with their wife or their husband and 3 children or more, under constant fear that a drone missile can hit at any time and destroy and kill the entire family. Now, this perspective is important because it helps to grow gratitude in one's heart. And the heart that is full of gratitude will never have enough space for fear or anxiety. The next reason is because you deserve happiness and success. Everyone does. So why not you? Don't let these small bumps in the road take away your right to look forward and to work towards your goals and your vision. Think about your journey to success like a long road trip. There is first a beginning that begins at home in your comfort zone. You then make a plan to travel to a destination and map out your entire route. You make a goal. After this, you start your journey and begin your drive. You travel in the rain, sleet, strong winds, and storms even. Sometimes it's dark and cold, and sometimes it's hot with a blazing sun. But you keep your eye on the goal and focus on the destination, because that's what brings you happiness. You would never just give up and stop halfway on a journey, would you? Don't you deserve better than just to be left in the middle of the road trip like a stowaway? Well, of course you do. You deserve to reach your destination. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be successful. And you deserve to never give up on yourself. And the next reason is you must inspire others. Think about who your biggest role model is. Now imagine their life. Doesn't it seem like they have everything all put together and that their life's absolutely in order? Well, newsflash, it isn't. This is completely false. You see, the grass really does look greener on the other side, and the person you call your role model might be under a lot of stress. They may be suffering grief. They have lots of things, but no one's life is perfect, even though on the outside looking in, it may seem that way, but it's absolutely not true. All of us are human, and all of us have our own demons and battles. So when you feel like giving up, I want you to remember that someone out there is likely looking up to you. So sure, you might feel weak, you might feel overwhelmed at times, but when life is tough, you must keep going, because you're teaching those looking up to you how to properly react when they're tested with difficulties in life, when they're going through adversity. Become an inspiration to others. Refuse to give up and try your hardest. You never know who's watching. Your hard work and dedication could be the spark that was needed to light the dreams of those around you, or to wake them up from dreaming and to actively participate in reaching their goals and endeavors. You never know who is watching. The next reason is failure is normal. It's impossible to reach success without facing failure, so you don't have to let anything stop you. Failure is a normal process in life. It's not the end, but just a stream changing directions before it finally reaches the ocean. There's not one successful person alive today who has not tasted failure in their life. Think about failure as a necessary ingredient to becoming successful. For example, salt is an essential part of most baked desserts. If you look at it separately, you might be like, wait, what? Why would you put salt in a sweet cake? But if you look at it overall, a small amount of salt will bring out and enhance the flavors of the other ingredients in that cake. So sprinkle some problems and failure into your success cake. Trust me, in the end, it will make it that much sweeter when you achieve your success. And the next reason is, well, things can only get better. By sticking to your goals and being persistent, things can only get better. If you've hit rock bottom or feel you're on your way down, remind yourself that with the right amount of hard work, what comes down has to come back up. Being in a really dark place in life can actually be a quite positive space to be in sometimes. When you're at the top of the world and everything is going perfect, you will always have fear of losing your success. But when you're in a dark place, sitting in darkness, and have hit rock bottom, you should have satisfaction knowing that things can only go up. Things can only get better. And with the right mindset, they absolutely will. Hard work and determination can get you anywhere in life. And the last reason, it's always the darkest before dawn. Understand that the hardest trials are the ones that come right before the breakthrough. So stay persistent, because at any given moment, you're going to be at the tipping point and success awaits you. I hope this helped you. I hope this motivated and encouraged and inspired someone. I hope that it has also inspired you to be an inspiration, to be a motivator, and someone who encourages others. With that all being said, do something positive and something productive, not only for yourself, but for someone else. And remember, never run from your problems. See them through. You don't need excuses. All you need are solutions.